Today, the session is on impact analysis of internet fragmentation and shaping the future of internet. This is a session being organized by special interest group on internet governance, that is from APAN. And normally for the newcomers, we arrange one session in each APAN meeting. If I want to start the discussion, it normally happens in panel discussion format because I don't like the giving boring presentations and putting slides on it and people start sleeping. So to avoid that, to make it more interactive, I prefer to organize it in the panel discussion format. So a little bit of prelude. We started the topics of today's discussion is selecting the most impactful factor by each country, hampering the very mandate of internet. We know what is the mandate of internet. It should be open, it should be inclusive, there should be multi-stakeholder approach. There is no owners for the internet. So it should be everybody who are the users, they are the owners. So there is a multi-stakeholder approach. So all those mandates should be complied. That is the goal of internet. And okay. Okay.
You can share your screen. So it will be the presentation.
At the moment, presentation is not visible.
No. So you have to share your screen. Or you can share the presentation. Or the
Let me share the desktop. Opala, can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't share my screen. And the second issue that we will discuss is shaping the future of internet. I kept it quite broad. We will discuss about the trustworthiness and safety. To understand the first issue, we have to know about what happened before. But before that, today's distinguished panelist for this session is Professor Busong Cho from history. Busong, raise your hand. Everybody knows you. Rajan Parajuli, Executive Director of NREN. Rajan. And Professor Cheng Wing from Tsinghua University. MD Ariful Islam from Bidiran. Vatsala, she has joined online. Vatsala, can you speak for the audience?
Hi, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. And Fawad Reza from PARN. Fawad. So welcome to all the panelists for their concurrence in getting attached to this session. Now, to make clear why we are here, what were the takeaways from APAN59, which was held in Yokohama? We had a session in APAN59, and in that session, we had some mandate fixed up for APAN60 and onwards. The first thing was each NREN is requested to prepare an internet fragmentation impact analysis. That is the analysis for different issues happening all over the world And in respective countries, we will focus on respective countries in their acts and policies that hamper the mandate of internet. What is the mandate of internet? It should be open, it should be all-inclusive, it should be multi-stakeholder approach, there should be no owner, less government control, all those things. And the analysis will be endorsed by SIG. SIG means the Special Interest Group in APAN for Internet, to be shared with ISOC. ISOC is Internet Society, we know that. Provided Internet Society agrees, case studies will be prepared by Special Interest Group to be shared in APAN61 and to be published in ISOC web portal. That we will try, and apply for fund from Internet Society to proceed with these case studies, because a lot of activities are involved. So if we get some funding, that will be better for us to proceed. So this one is done. So we will present it in this session. Each panelist will present it. The analysis to be endorsed by SIG, so it is underway. And this will be done. Okay, not very good news. We applied for it, but it has been rejected by ISOC. But that doesn't mean that we will not continue striving ourselves. We will keep on trying, and hopefully in the next APAN meeting, we can have some grants. So I will keep on trying. Let's see what happens. About the impact metrics on internet fragmentation. So I requested each of the panelists to do it, but because of their work pressure, probably they couldn't come up with their impact metrics. Only Vatsala presented an impact metrics. So thanks to Vatsala, but I tried to use ChatGPT to help the panelists to come up with the impact metrics. So it was wonderful, well orchestrated, but there are some mistakes that normally ChatGPT makes. I gave ChatGPT an empty table with my goal defined, that what should be the internet goal, what should be the impact, and what are the relevant clauses of the acts and policies that hampers in achieving the goals of internet. And it came up with a wonderful table, and that table is being displayed here. So I shared this table with each of the panelists, and each of the panelists are expected to present one or two most impactful one, because there are many impacts. So if we focus all those impacts, we cannot come up with any case study, because preparing so many case studies will be difficult. So I expect that the panelists will come with the most impactful factor for each country. We might select one for each country, and then we can try going ahead with the case study. So I'm the chair. I'm not supposed to speak that much, but that is the prelude to start with. Now, may I request one by one, each panelist one by one, to come up with their view about the impact metrics. So let me start with MD Ariful Islam from BDRAN about the acts and policies in Bangladesh, which are affecting the mandate of internet. So let me make one thing clear. It is not that we are going against the government acts and policies in any way, but we should know what role Sendlen can play to go along with the government, and sometimes to shape government's decisions and policies. So we have our roles to play from internet's point of view. So we can create awareness among government officials, among government policymakers. So it's not going against the government. It's not making any revolution, but it's to go along with the government and to try to make some changes in the plans and policies of the government so that everyone can go ahead along with each other. So with that, I am handing over to MD Ariful Islam for giving his idea about the impact matrix. We will come here. So should I disconnect? So if I disconnect, then Zoom will be there, okay. He needs to get connected in Zoom.
You can share his screen.
Yes,
You
I
can
can
share
share my
your screen.
screen.
You can put the HTML down. Because everything was visible through the system.
So
Yeah, it's working fine. You
Can I
can just
join
use
the
the Zoom
presentation?
as possible.
If it amplifies in this one. Okay, can you just email me that? Is it possible to join here and then I can share my screen?
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Yes.
You can tell him the meeting ID and the password.
Yes.
it's your choice.
Yeah, now she can.
No.
Now see.
Hello, Varsala, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, giving me the floor. So, let me show the impact, the chair, act on this, particularly for the Bangladesh perspective. So we have a 10 internet goal basically, and we try to basically we try to basically find out the impact of the security act, defensive security on the internet code basically. So we have seen the second goal. We have seen the second goal that if you see the second goal, the open internet, there is the understanding use of internet technology. You will see that the Digital Security Act, Section 17 and 20 have the most impact, negative impact, stronger negative impact. Although we have lots of negative impact over the year. So if we see the act of Digital Security Act, Section 17, you'll see that this is basically you'll see. Let me give it bigger. This is the main contribution part is the vagueness of the law that is stated in the section. So you'll see the section punishment for the illegal entrance and the critical information infrastructure. So what actually stated in this section 17.1, if any person intentionally, knowingly, or knowingly in any critical information illegally entrance or by means of illegal entrance harms and destroy or renders inactive the infrastructure of the title of so. So it will then it will be considered as an offense, and the person who will do, he will be imprisonment for the 7 years of imprisonment, and he will be also fined for the 25 days validity, or he will be punished for both. Okay, so if we see the section 2 point under B, section B under 17.2, we'll see if someone try to do second time or in this. So in that case, he will imprisonment for the 14 years, not exactly 14 years, but he will be punished also financial punishment, not less than not more than 1/4. So this is the very contribution part of this impact on this internet, open internet basically, and internet fragmentation. The other section is section 21 in the essay. So there is the punishment of any propaganda and campaign against liberation war, condition of liberation war, and father of nation, and national anthem on the national flag. So this is the term, if anybody try to disseminate or generate any propaganda or campaign mentioning the fact of national issue, so he will be treated as a offense, and once anybody want to do this, so he or she will be punished not exceeding 10 years and not exceeding 10 crore of this financial. So he can be punished both imprisonment and financial punishment as well. So if any person commit offense mentioned subsection 1 for the second time, or recurrently commit it, then he will be punishment imprisonment lifetime. He will be life with the not exceeding. He will be punished for lifetime, and in terms of financial, it is 3 crore, not exceeding 3 crore. So this is the most impactful, basically, impact of the Digital Security Act. This is so we have in the meantime we have also government also basically changed the Digital Security into the CSS Cyber Security Act 2023, and now it is also replaced with the Cyber Security Ordinance 2025. So we have a lot of improvement over the years, and a lot of things have been addressed in the Digital Security Ordinance, Cyber Security Ordinance 2025. So if I have the time, I will show you the close comparison of Digital Security, Cyber Security, and the Cyber Security Ordinance. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arif, for bringing the most impactful issue in the impact matrix, and for your knowledge that government has already understood the implication of DSA and CSA, as Arif has mentioned, and it has been prorogued and it has been replaced by an ordinance. So that is the way we can influence the decision of the government. If we can influence that, if we can make government understand about that, that will be better for us, and we will be satisfied that we are playing our due roles. Next, I will hand it over to Vatsala for Sri Lanka to come up with your most impactful factor. Thanks that you are the only panelist who worked on it by yourself, not on ChatGPT. So thanks to you. And if you could present your presentation or your observation. Vatsala, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Savrit, and thank you everyone for going an extra mile to facilitate this for me, presenting online first of all. So good morning, all of you from Sri Lanka. Hope all you are doing good. I have also gone through the impact matrix with regards to the laws and regulations in Sri Lanka. So I am not going to explain each and every aspect, but as Bangladesh, in even Sri Lanka, most of the laws and regulations affect negatively on the openness of internet. So this is the matrix, but I'm not going to go through all of it. And if anyone of you interested about the Sri Lanka stand, I can share this with you. So these are the matrix. These are how the internet is affected. So among the issues, I would like to go through one or two of the most impactful uh, issues in Sri Lanka. So I want to address this one, the accessible infrastructure with the common protocol. So this principle, like accessible infrastructure with a common protocol, is essential to keeping the internet open, resilient, and interoperable. But in Sri Lanka, we have regulatory mechanisms like interconnecting guidelines, infrastructure sharing provisions, the Telecommunication Act, which in theory it supports this, but in practice, emergency powers and centralized control, especially during crises, can override the technical neutrality. So the legal framework, let me begin with the legal framework that allows internet access to be disrupted in Sri Lanka. So not because of the technical players, but due to legal and regulatory powers. So first, the public security ordinance, it's so the president it gives the president the power to declare state emergency. So once declared, government can issue emergency regulations that include the power to block or control communication infrastructure, which is scary actually. So under the Telecommunication Act, the minister in charge of telecom has the power to issue directions to ERCSL or any matter related to public interest or national security. The thing is that usually the minister in charge of telecommunication is also the president. So it's just a decision can take down anything in Sri Lanka with related to telecommunication. So finally, the TRCSL licensing framework, even as learned, we have the ISP license. We have few different ISPs in Sri Lanka. So we are all licensed ISPs like us have to comply immediately with any instructions coming from the commission. So that gives TRCSA the legal mechanism to enforce shutdowns or throttling orders instantly. So while the infrastructure may physically intact, access can be switched off within hours based entirely on executive instruction. So let me show you a few examples of what have internet shutdowns in Sri Lanka. Even the ISOC website, you can find these shutdowns. So in March 2018, we have shutdowns of social media. So about 3 days. Then again in May 2019, under Easter attacks, which is a very tragic thing happened in Sri Lanka. So at that also we have multiple bans of social media. So in a time frame of 21 days, but different days. So recently in April 2022, we have this huge protest in Sri Lanka where the Sri Lankans protested against the government. The government that existed around that time, and also at that time there were
Vatsala, we have special topics on shutdown. You can also show
Okay.
your.
Yes. Yes. So this is one of the things that I wanted to uh, show you in terms of accessibility. So these shutdowns affected economically as well. So like this shows how fragile the internet access is, and because of not because of poor infrastructure, but because of the legal framework we are losing the access to internet. So this is one of the things. And on the other hand, we have this Online Safety Act that also gives gives different kinds of powers to give these are some of the cases that you wanted to uh, us to show, but if I'm going back. So under the Online Safety Act as well, the government, the authorities can remove content in the internet based on several different reasons, and maybe even without actual reasoning. Like arbitrarily, they can remove content, they can put you into jail, put you into court, and have cases against you. So that has happened in Sri Lanka as well. These actors recently introduced, so that even so, we have a few cases I have found out, so we can discuss them in future slides. So in Sri Lanka also, similar to Bangladesh and maybe many other countries in our region, we have a lot of issues when it comes to having an open accessible internet. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Vatsala. So what is your suggestions in terms of government empowerment with the shutdown?
That actually, on one hand, the government should work closely with people who have the understands, or the who understand better, who knows better about how internet works, how the globe work, and how people rely on the communications. And in even for Sri Lanka, when it comes to we rely on a lot of in tourism, right? So not having accessible infrastructure is a huge issue. So I think the government should look into these in a very broad mind, and they also have to work together with people, maybe with entrants, maybe with other stakeholders like other ISPs, the business people, the common public, and work with all of us and develop these laws and regulations, rather putting things into the, I think even Sri Lanka, one of I think the cyber security bill or something even got postponed because of public the human rights issues and all that. So we have to have a very broad mindset about internet, especially in countries like us.
Yeah, at least the government should not impose the shutdown
Yes,
to
absolutely.
the freedom of expression of
Yes.
normal, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for identifying the most impactful factor. And let me request Fawad to present your case. You are in the meeting, right? Or you are looking for mine?
Yeah, hello, I'm Fawad. Prepare the presentation. Which is imposed in the 2016. But the several amendments came after that, and recent amendments also came in the 2025. As per the PICA Act, there is several kind of acts that allows the authority to shut down the online, to allow the block the online contents. Section 35 of the PICA ordinance, PICA Act, allows the government to, after the approval of the authority after approval of the federal government, it can block any kind of content which is against the state or the security or the defense or causing the trouble or religious trouble. The authority can directly remove that content from the internet. So that means that the authority, which is Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, as in practical in Pakistan, has a mandate to remove that content from the
Whatever
from
is on your
the
screen, you can
internet,
see it.
which is available to
Yeah.
Pakistan.
It's the HDMI.
But the problem is in Pakistan in recent past also
If he
there
wants
has
to
been
share his
not
screen.
only the
He
content
said that he
but
was
there has been the shutdowns of the
basically
internet.
out of
For
all the
example,
panelists, only he has a presentation
for example,
of
there are cases that
we have
many cases that happen that internet has been blacked out from the mobiles. With the blockage of the mobile phone signals, the 5G, 4G, 3G network was unable to access. So without this not mentioned in any kind of act that the government has rights to shut down all the internet, but there are things that is against the acts or laws which which we call as special circumstances, which allows the government authority to shut down the internet. For example, the mobile phones can be shut down to any time in Pakistan, so it hampers the whole 4G and 3G access to the community. And similarly, the authority with the approval of the federal government can has a right to block any unlawful content, and we say that unlawful content means to them is basically whatever the federal government thinks that is against the security, against the anti-state or against something like that. All the religious activities they can block or remove that content from that internet. But and the authority has also that says that it can file the review in the present to the federal government to allow to unlock that content if the government suggests it is okay or not. So it presents so many cases in Pakistan that happens in the recent past, in the very recent past. The acts has been blocked in Pakistan for almost 1.5 years. The acts remained blocked in Pakistan due to some troublesome, I mean, the social media unrest in Pakistan. The acts remained blocked, and it is just opening May 2025. From February 2024, it has been blocked in Pakistan and just reopened in May 2025. Although several review petitions were filed, several cases were filed, social media acts, social media movements against this acts, but it's something very that government allowed the government to block that acts due to some political unrest in Pakistan. So they blocked the access to on the internet. Similarly, there are many cases reported for the TikToks and YouTubes and all that. So this is something very impactful factor in Pakistan because of the fact that there are many communities relies on that contents, on not only the freelancers, not only the IT and software community, but also the local community, the common people relies on this type of contents. But unfortunately, the law is very vague, it's very open, and it just says that anything goes that umbrella, and it does not define what is against, what is very precisely against that especially act. So it really blocks the content. I mean, the openness of the act itself is something that causing that allows the government or the authority to block the content. And when something files on the courts to provide the judicial covers to undo this government act, it takes several times, several months or weeks due to the procedure weaknesses. It takes time to win that cases in Pakistan. So that is the thing that most impactful. I do believe that the openness of the act is one of the things that is caused a lot of trouble, and especially the restricted online contents as per the government's orders. It's something that cause a lot of trouble in these spots also.
Okay, forward one question. Is there any special PECA? Can you say something about PECA? Is there any special act or clause in PECA which
Yeah, I
allows
just,
government?
looking at, section 37 of the PECA ordinance.
Yeah.
This says that, government can, block any kind of online, content.
Okay, so,
The PD has authority. This clearly in the recent amendment to 2025 in the PECA ordinance. It says that the authority, which is the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, has the right to block any kind of, act, any kind of content which is against religion, which is against security or the anti-state. So it can block any kind of content like that with the approval of the federal government. So this is very open, but it doesn't define what is anti-state it is, but does the federal government thinks it is, anti-state or anti-defense and security, things like that, it falls. So it doesn't describe the preciseness of what is the anti-state or what the, openness in this clause also itself.
yeah, I have seen PECA 37. It has been mentioned in the internet. Very, very unpopular section, right? Okay, thank you. And may I request Professor Changwen? Could you speak something about? Is there anything, any observation from the citizens of China?
Real. And the internet is a reflection of the real world. Confrontations exist in the real world, such as religious wars and religious wars. So I think we should pay more attention to the such as the echo chamber effect, such as these networks like micro, okay, yeah. Yeah, there are fragmentation, fragmentation of shared reality. People in different echo chambers may live with entirely distinct sets of facts, values, and the interpretation of events. Yes, this results in peaceful ideological fragmentation, which is has more influence than technical fragmentation. Because the ideology, it is the idea tradition. Yes, we lessons in knowledge fragmentation. Because that technical fragmentation matter, but it's often a symptom of people ideological culture or political rifts. Fixing it would require more than technical solutions. So what we should do then is that how we can make it more the same interest, just as the about the good kinds of powerful neural network just said in the people don't have the same interest. Yeah, so it's I think it will be a continuous issues because people don't agree with each other. Now there are many chambers, echo chambers. So there are many words between 0 and then and Ukraine and Russia. because this isn't because of the fragmentation of internet, it's because of the fragmentation of people's ideas. So that's it, I think it is down work to make people the accurate answer. So it's just my 2 cents of opinion.
Okay, are the citizens of China, do they have any voice against data security law or cyber security law, or they are accepting it as it is?
Many users the internet because everyone has their voice to be heard by many people. We can't make everyone the speaker their thoughts, their idea is good. Some people will, such as the government. Do you think the government should forbidden the darknet? Because there are many bad things, crime issues. So anyway, there are laws, there are many laws, but to cover our lives, social life, real life. So there should rules to cover the internet. There are many thoughts, many ideas that spread away.
Yeah, there are two sides. One is human rights, freedom of speech in one side.
Yeah.
The other side is the national security.
Yeah.
So government needs to make a balance.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So can I ask Rajan to come forward and yeah, make him co-host? Even if I don't stop sharing. Okay. Over here, right? Do I need to share my screen?
He'll share his screen
Okay.
and then you can like keep it as it is.
Keep
like
it
it's
open.
visible. Yeah.
So now this screen will be there. So why should I keep it open?
It's presenting, right? So
Yeah.
will.
It will be here. Okay.
Yeah. So it will- and just do it.
Rajan, are you serious? We
No,
don't
not serious.
understand anything.
Yeah, actually, I have 2 slides to share with you. So, thank you, Kaveri, for continue follow up for this. And in our context, I think there are a few things we need to understand. These days, the government are trying to get more power, and they are not willing to give more power to the people these days. And I think that is the context in Nepal as well. And there are a few acts and bills we need to think about. I have listed here some proposed bills. So this one proposed IT and cyber security bills 2025. So this bill is recently registered at the lower house. And they have been discussing on this bill, and a lot of dissatisfactions from the people's sides already emerged as well. And there are some strengths. So legal recognitions of digital processes was lacking in the earlier legal frameworks, and this proposed bill is trying to incorporate those areas. And obviously, the cybercrime is appearing as a major issues, and government has proposed some measures for combating cybercrime as well. And yeah, there is a provision for the regulatory frameworks, And another important areas that has been trying to address by the bill proposal is data confidentiality and privacy. And there are concerns and there are limitations as well. So the main important areas is how the governments will interpret those legal words actually. So these are still vague and people demanding for the concise definitions. So and some words are overboard languages are there. And another area is centralized control. So they are trying for more controls in the bill as well. And another important area is the Nepal's constitution has many fundamental rights, and these are although not directly impacted, but there is a few loopholes, so government can control those areas as well. And in the current bill as well, so there is not any words that reflects no explicit unrestricted access guarantee. And another area is high compliance board. So government is now come up with a stringent licensing procedures and security standards are there, and there are very other areas regarding the data storage as well.
It's coming over June.
Yes, censorship and
It's coming
suppression,
over Zoom.
although it is not
And
clearly
it's
mentioned,
coming
with-
obviously that will not be in the fields, but there are provisions that can be
I'm
used by the
taking
government.
this over Zoom and sending.
I will not go into the details of this one, and
It's an
another is the
extended
proposed
monitor.
social network bill.
It's an extended.
So last year, the government forwarded these bills, and now it is under discussions in the upper houses. So spring is priority is for the safe uses and digital literacy. Those areas are more focused on these bills. And accountability is another area for the platform. So platforms need to be registered locally as well. So, and another area is government is trying to promote social harmony. That is another important aspects, and privacy and communication related rights are also at risk. So there are concerns from the stakeholders and providers as well. So licensing is mandatory for now, and few of the social media platforms, so they already got license based on the directives, which is already in effect. And yeah, I already mentioned about this vagueness and the centralized controls, and like in the earlier bills, IT and cyber security bill, this bill also guarantees free access. And yeah, this one social media management directives. So the story is government tried 6 years ago to bring this social media act, but at that time due to the a lot of dissatisfactions from the people's sides, they stopped that act, and they introduced the directives that is that can be done by the ministry levels. And there is some provisions in these social media directives. And at a broader level, it shows like the government is trying to regulate social media, but government is using these directives to control people's expressions, and they are trying to add provisions for blocking unlawful contents as well. Yeah, mostly all these guidelines and bills, they are surrounded. If we look at from the concerns and the limitations, the vagueness and the centralized control. So these are the major concerns in the context of Nepal. Yeah, I think that's all from my side. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. So mainly the vagueness of laws and acts and the centralized control. Those are two major points. And you have mentioned the right section, or you have already referred the right section in the bill. And
Yeah.
both, you don't have any act at this moment? Or
Oh yeah,
the
these two
ETA,
acts are
there
proposed.
is any ETA?
Yeah,
Electronic
that is the
transaction.
current one. That is
2007.
yeah, 2008, I think, and that will be replaced by the current IT and Cybersecurity Act.
Okay.
And one important area of the cybersecurity related policy, so that was endorsed in last year. So they have the provisions of national gateway for the internet. So that is the major issues providers and other industry members raising concerns on that. And that would be the very serious concerns. If the governments want, then that national internet gateway can be used in different way, right?
Okay, then I will get back to you while I will prepare the case study about the right section on which we need to focus. Thank you, Rajan. So with that note, may I request Professor Buchong?
Okay, I did prepare.
I believe you don't have
Yeah, we
that
don't have
many
time.
issues because you are a developed country,
Yeah.
not like ours.
Maybe, you know, I am not a lawyer and not a governor, I am the researcher. So I want to give some comment about the some metrics you already find out in using the ChatGPT. I think it seems that most of the points here in ChatGPT are well summarized, but most of the information found through the GPT seems to lead to the communication telecommunication company and from the governor. And it does not appear to reflect the most recent update, I think. Maybe you know, in Korea, we define the internet access as a basic human right. So this is our fundamental statement. So we are focusing on how to protect our internet infrastructures and how to protect our personal data, user data. So related on that act, we are three acts on the promotion of information and communication network utilization and information project. And second one is the act on protection of information and communication infrastructure. Last one is personal information protection act. So, but sometimes however, there are some instances where special actions are needed, like the unauthorized access and hacking and prevention of illegal information distribution and restriction of access to the illegal and harmful websites, sometimes of fake news. Related to that area, there are three bodies over there. One is Korea, most the top of the body is Korea Communication Standard Commission. And second one is the Minister of our Science and ICT. That linked under the ICT, Korea Internet and Security Agency over there. Last one is the National Security Agency, the three bodies. So all it is controlled by three, but it's so limited. Internet access restriction is so limited. So this year, our major thing is we are preparing for a new field in this year. That is act on the management and promotion of utilization of national research data. That is openness for research data. Previously, another one is previously public institution, including the KISI, like the government funded research institute, faced the difficulty using the external cloud service provided by the public CSP like the Google and Amazon and others. Due to our security concern, however, now our starting this year, under the new our multi-layered national network security system, data communication not related to the personal information will be permitted. So in this year, from this year, we can officially access to the commercial public cloud service provider. But under our activities in Korea, internet governance is governed by some bodies, but our another area is there is various stakeholders in the private sector. That is very important. So like the Korea Internet Governance Portal. So there are so interested in the internet presentation also. So I'm also one of the members here. So yeah, that's all my
Okay, there is no plan or no incidents to block any sites or anything like that, right? In
just,
Korea?
yes, so limited action we are also doing, like the elimination and fake news side and harmful side. And
Okay, I will come to the fake news later, then you can speak.
That's all.
So with that, I will open the floor for the audience. If they have any comments on that. Sir will speak. Sir, please.
Thank you very much.
Sir, please introduce
Chair.
yourself for the audience and then.
Well, I am SMA5 from Believing. And I must thank the chair for presenting a very sensitive issue. It appears very sensitive to me. Well, with my background, it's very difficult to mention about the niceties of the internet. But what we understand about the impact and the motive. So Anip was mentioning about what exists in Bangladesh. 15 years, 20 years imprisonment for something doing the government considered as wrong. That was highly political in nature. That has been criticized today, even today. But I'm not very sure whether something new has come up. And as my colleague
Some ordinance is there which has prorogued the Cybersecurity Act.
put up the cybersecurity.
Yes,
Anything new that came up?
yes, sir.
During this?
Yes, sir.
Well, I
That is
wonder,
in the form of ordinance, actually.
in the form of audience, again, government was
Yes.
controlling.
Mhm.
I just look forward, because you are talking about the future. Establishment of a neutral and truly neutral and very honest regulatory commission. Instead of being controlled by the government, if there is a neutral policy controlling regulatory body, I think that will be nothing that we need
Yeah, that is a good suggestion. Thank you, sir.
in different countries. And that can be connected with a regional body. So that it is being practiced everywhere in the countries that we are representing. But again, I say my little knowledge of this. Maybe I have mentioned something like a 9 But I truly think that
Thank you,
15
sir.
years, 20 years
It's
of
a good suggestion.
imprisonment, oh my goodness. Highly political image. And as our colleague from Korea mentioned, that whether we are infringing upon the human rights, that part is very important again. So when we were thinking about the future, I think we need to be very careful and we must cooperate with each other. That will come after the being of APAN61 that we have this foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
I'm Arvind from BTN. I have a question open to all the speaker. Maybe Ariful Islam can answer to that. What is the biggest differences of the Cybersecurity Act between the developing country like Bangladesh and the developed country? Is it the law or is it the motive of, or is it the implementation strategy? Thank you. Okay, actually, what is the biggest differences or what is the main difference of Cybersecurity Act implemented in developing country and in the developed country? Is it the act itself or it is the implementation motive or challenge? Thank you.
What I consider is two things. The developed countries, the act more focused on the human rights, more focused on the freedom of expressions. It protects the data privacy, data integrity, and these things are more focused. But in the developing countries, unfortunately, we are trying to how to protect something that to control the cyber terrorism, cyber crimes, cyber frauds, something like that. So it does not very much spoke about the freedom of expression on the internet, the data privacy, the data integrity for in the act itself. So there are, I believe, the two major thing. One of the major thing is the act spokes for the developing countries, as the Korean colleague said, that it more the human rights and something that freedom of expression. But if you see the arguments from the developing countries, you will find out that we are speaking about that the government itself using the acts to block the online content, the internet, shutdowns, things like that. So these are the, I think, this is the major difference between the developing and developing.
Actually, both side is there. It is also the act and also the implementation strategy, that is for sure. But if there is no act, it cannot, you cannot run a government. And Korea has not become Korea in a single day. They had the acts and policies. They shaped their citizens. It shaped the citizens shaped the government. Actually, what you deserve, what your citizens are, you deserve a government like that. You cannot get a government out of ignorant citizens. So to educate the citizens in a way, you need act and policies. And then you will get a government. The implementation strategy will also change.
Okay, so I would add something like what you say. Yes, we are a developing country, so we have a cybersecurity act to control that sort of things. But sometimes it is during implementing and day by day government of like developing countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, they are actually government basically influenced by the politician to control the people of freedom of speech. So this is happening. So initially, when there is a first time in Bangladesh, you'll say in ICT Act 2006, actually promote a lot of things in ICT Act, like legalization of the electronic digital signature. So intention was very good, but day by day it became a law to control the freedom of speech, control the people, something like that. So hopefully we will go on better shape within the period of time, like we have a ordinance nowadays and give a better shape in Bangladesh.
Okay, don't release the microphone. I will request you, if you do have any incrimination statistics against DSA or CSA. This one?
So as I mentioned, in 2006, we had a first Security Act, ICT Act, which actually promote our ICT and legalization of the electronic records, and controlling provision of cybersecurity and crime and thus punishment, building trust, electronic transaction, and e-governance. So that was at that time intention was very good. And after that, there is a law that is called Digital Security Act in October 2018, and which is replaced by the Cyber Security Act in September 2023. And I have a statistics and implemented statistics here, you can see. In October 2018 to August 22. So the cyber crime or the cyberspace was covered with the Act, DSA, Cybersecurity Act 2018. At that time, it was horrible. Actually, it was horrible. You will see that under the section 25, this is the offensive and the threatening information. That is 163 cases and 497 accused and 112 arrested under this law, under this section 25. So in 26, information of information, in 26 we'll say 162 cases, and accused was 427, and there was 76 persons was arrested under this section. And 31, religious hardening, you'll say 105 cases filed and 256 accused, and 70 people are arrested under the section. So these are the false news in section 35, dissemination of false news. You'll see 130 cases filed and 580 accused, and 140 people are arrested under this section, under this law. So these are the most frequently used section under this law, but there are many cases other section as well. So this is the law, basically Cybersecurity Act replaced 2018 the Digital Security Act. Basically, there was not major changes over there. Only the punishment, less punishment, they reduced the punishment different clauses under the different clauses. But it was in terms of condition and the punishment, it was actually same. So this is the statistics from the September to July 2025. So you will say this is the clauses in the x-axis. You will see that clauses were the cases filed. So in total, there are near about 500 files has been placed. So most frequent clauses. Yeah.
Yes. Fourth section. Are the same as 25, 26, 27?
So almost same. These are almost same. Only the punishment as year of the punishment, the amount of the financial punishment, and there are some cases that are non-bailable punishment. So in 2023, the bill has been accepted, something like the sort of minimal, modification has been done, but otherwise.
Act remained the same.
Act remained the same. So this is the case of, this is also most it uses clauses. So in CSA 2023 implemented state, you will see the accused person and journalist was 9.4%, journalist was accused. And most of the cases politicians, it is 16.4%. And at the same time, land use, you will see the politician is 36.6%, and journalists are 7.3%.
So
So-
politicians are going against journalists and politicians, and journalists are going against journalists and politicians.
Not like that actually,
Shows me.
shows this, but something actually, I mean, everything in the duration of this time,
Okay,
everything
okay,
has
thank
been
you.
given politicized actually.
Okay,
So, thank you, sir.
okay, thanks a lot. Does any other country has any statistics of incrimination? Rajan has one. So,
What anyone missing?
Missing. Sir, I don't, I have the statistics on the CTS statistics, but I don't get such information over here. It is maybe.
Rajan,
case,
you want to show
different
anything?
law.
So you can make him a co-host, his co-host. Okay. So, from audience, any question? Yeah, please, go ahead. Rajan, 1 minute. Let's take the question and.
Very good question, Edmund Tong here. Very important session. Thank you for all the panelists. One thing that I'm
Please
interested-
introduce yourself and then.
I'm Edmund Chung from Dot Asia. We actually serve as the secretariat for the Asia Pacific Regional Internet Governance Forum. One of the things I wonder if the community has done analysis on is the types of interruption to emergency services, health services, or those kind of things that are created when the internet shutdown happens. I know there are lots of studies on or estimates on how much billions of dollars are lost, but what about lives lost? In critical services like health or emergency services and those, because more and more actually depends on internet connectivity in terms of those systems. I wonder if there has been any studies on that.
Okay, thank you for raising the issue. I don't believe anyone has that statistics, but thanks for raising the issue. Maybe in APAN61 next time, we will focus on that area. Please, everything. Sorry, suggestion. Thank you. And we are proud to have you in our session. So thank you very much. Rajan? Okay, I can start.
Yeah.
Professor?
I have one comment for his question. It is very important for because clearly we operate a Korean Research and Science Network. We also wanted to estimate how our infrastructure is important for our society. So yeah, it is very related to your question. So we also wanted to estimate evaluate how important our service is very important for supporting the science of all community, because to connect some cables, it can cause some service interruption. So we also wanted to estimate, but if you can suggest the way how to do the measures, how to do this, that would be the helpful work. And another comment is for a quick comment for your question. The comment like in Korea is a little bit developed country, but we also have a struggle things like the different service providers. They are act with so commercial, so strong commercial force. So maybe you heard about in recently we had experience, not experience, the accident will happen, like the insurance, they did not invest sufficiently in security errors. They had experience user information hacking incident. That is our problem maybe in developing countries. Yeah.
Thank you. Rajan?
Yeah, these are some of the statistics regarding the cybercrime in Nepal in last year 2024. And if we look at the data from the last 2 years, 2023 to 2025, so Nepal police, they observed around 18,000 cybercrime cases. And that will be 52 cases per day. So that is officially registered in the Nepal police cases. And yeah, there are different
So these cases are being taken against EPA? Which end?
yeah, this is registered with the Nepal police.
Okay, but how they will be tried? Under which end? Immediate act.
Oh, yeah, actually, this is on the electronic transaction act, yeah, you are right, yeah, based on that act. And they have the policy as well, that is in, that they endorsed in 2023. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. You have your statistics? Right.
Yeah, it will take time to connect my laptop. Then this, if I can summarize, we have, as I said, the PICA Prevention Electronic Crime Act was launched in 2016. I have some statistics of assembly table that there are 6 different things that acts in the clause. Cyber offenses, the section 3 to 7 talks about these cyber offenses like unauthorized access, interference. Section 13 to section 22, financial crime, defamation and harassment. Section 27 is the investigation. Section 28 is the arrest. And section 29 of the PICA ordinance is data retention. And section 30 of the PICA ordinance is the jurisdiction and trial. Trial is basically to the special courts, and it will be constituted by the federal government to the top judiciaries. So from 2020, we the 1,02,000 complaints were registered. Only 20 was convicted. The conviction rate is again is basically 3.2%. 2021. 115,000 complaints were received. Arrests was made, 1,300 arrests was made around, and conviction rate is 3%. 2022, this is again around 150,000 complaints were received. The trial was of the only happened for the 800, and 48 was convicted. With the conviction rate of 2.8. The 2024, if I goes to early, the conviction rate is 2.3. So as you can see, this there are acts, there are clauses, there are complaints, convictions, but there are some challenges also that there is a lack of role defined. For example, who is going to investigate, what kind of investigation in the early PICA ordinance. Now it is clear in the recent amendment, but there was a role of the Federal Investigation Agency, their wing, who was responsible for investigation and all that. But there was a lack of the controlling office who will be investigating of what matter that was missing the major stakeholder in investigation. But the admission rate is again is very low. It's around 3%, as per the statistics.
Okay, it means that most of the complaints were fake and fabricated.
I guess one is fabricated and one is the investigation agency doesn't know it is in their purview or not to investigate that thing. This is something very challenging. If you equip an investigation agency with all the tools, powers, something like that, then they can investigate. They have the data, they have the right, they have the everything. But if you don't have the mandate of investigate something
Okay, I
or
got
have
it.
a jurisdiction or tools, so
Got it.
so that makes.
Thank you, Fawad. Vatsala, are you there? Do you have any statistics?
From Sri Lanka, I could not find any statistics. I went through a lot of websites and all, but we have incidents. I have found a few incidents like I can show a real quick. So this is under the Online Safety Act. Like we have individual arresting based on like smear campaigns or defamations. Even the Online Safety Act can be misused. Like you can say that you are getting harassed from this, and these are rumors. And like since there are no there are some of the clauses there are very vague. It's kind of obvious that it is also being misused by people who are especially in power or who has like media, those people who owns media outlets, and they are kind of misusing. We also have cases filed through the online like cybercrime act. We have a few cases like fraud cases and ransomware attacks, cyberbullying, harassment, child exploitation. Like these kinds of things are also covered under Cyber Crimes Act. But we unfortunately I could not find the statistics of incriminations. But we have example cases. Especially this Online Safety Act was introduced in 2024, so it's not it's not very could not find much information the cases statistics. So yes,
Okay,
but we
thank
have
you.
a lot of cases. Yes, thank you.
So I will take 5 to 10 minutes additional as we started this session late. And our next topic will be, we are done with this. So the trustworthiness and safety of internet. I will not go into the details of that, but we know the difference between safety and trustworthiness. Safety is like protecting oneself, and trustworthiness is reliability of the contents placed. So one thing is very important, that is encryption. We want end-to-end encryption while we chat. We want end-to-end encryption while we chat. We want end-to-end encryption for web browsing. We know TLS and SSL security. So the secure messages will be transferred. For e-commerce transaction, we also need end-to-end security. And these are the steps that is being taken by ISOC, Internet Society. As Sir was mentioning, that some global agency should oversight the laws and acts of individual commissions, in individual, exclusive, and independent commission of each country. So ISOC might play that role. And influencing internet law, there are amicus people who might have some influence. It's called amicus curiae or something, who might have influence on respective courts. So that is one issue. Nowadays, the encryption backdoor is happening. So what is happening, government is actually putting some black box in the middle, and all the chat messages will go through that black box. So end-to-end encryption will not be there. Actually, it will be encrypted between the black box of the government and the end user, and government will decrypt it in the pretext of national security. They will see all the messages, and then they are going to encrypt it again and send it to the chat server. So that is the establishment that many of the countries are manufacturing, and that is happening, that is causing the damage of the mandate of internet, because internet mandate is establishing privacy. So that privacy of the user is getting diminished or is getting compromised. So having said that, can I ask the panelists to comment about this encryption compromise or eavesdropping from their country's perspective? Is it happening in Bangladesh, Pakistan, China, Nepal? Anyone can come forward. Or Sri Lanka. Arif, you have anything to say?
So I don't think so if stalking is actually happening, still starting in Bangladesh. But enforcement side of things which actually is the start first of the information. But the government has had some sort of controlling like shutdown of internet, and we have several cases, and maybe a recording of something like call recording sort of things is happening. But eavesdropping and decryption still maybe not uses right at this moment in Bangladesh.
Yeah, still WhatsApp is being used.
Yeah.
So WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted, so you cannot actually decrypt WhatsApp messages.
Many times that the Bangladesh government try to sit with the WhatsApp, Facebook, or it is to control something like this and locally. But
Yeah, in the pretext of data localization. Yeah.
But still it is not happening yet.
Pakistan, Nepal.
Yeah, need to understand that these things need to be implemented through the ISPs, I believe. So PICA ordinance doesn't spoke about any kind of description in the act. But the section 31 allows the government to make policies for the de-encryption. And the section 29 also spoke about the surveillance of the law for the law enforcement agencies. It is happening in Pakistan, but the decryption practices doesn't happen yet. Any case reported that some data has been decrypted or some for some purposes or not. Surveillance is there.
Is there any plan to install any centralized platform through that the messages will be transferred?
It is only heard that some kind of surveillance devices be installed through the authority, which is Pakistan Telecom Authority, at the edge of the landing stations and on the traffic that is going to the national. But the government hasn't confirmed yet that they are stocking that much of the surveillance device. It is in their plan, but it is all, I believe it's in the media reports, but the government hasn't confirmed that they have installed such tools for the surveillance and the.
Okay, thank you.
So, let me give you the quick
Yeah,
from Sri Lanka. Hi. Let me quickly give the overview from Sri Lanka. Like, we also don't have explicit power to the government to decrypt or eavesdrop, but there are like judicial oversights can happen. Government can order to give information even under different kinds of acts like Cyber Crimes Act or ISP level directions. Maybe the people may be forced to give information, but in Sri Lanka also we don't have the encryptions. We don't. We haven't. I couldn't find any information regarding encryptions. So. But as I said earlier, the government has the power to shut down anyway. So
Okay, thank you.
please, yes.
Thank you, Vatsala.
Yes, I commented the first and the last one. First one is encryption universality. In Korea is there is officially it's not deployed, but we are focusing on how to build up our adapted quantum key distribution technologies to for the day. And last one
So
is,
it is under plan, not yet implemented.
that's already we are the prototyping some portion, some areas like this transmit genomics data.
Okay.
In some sections, we already deployed the QKD infrastructure
Okay.
and systems. And last one is obstacle to open internet. That's in terms of our QC, how to open our data, like open the data in internet. Already mentioned, our challenge is how to identify personal data versus non-personal data in our research data. So that is our.
Okay, thank you. So let me move forward. Amicus curiae, what I have found that it is only available in South Korea and other countries actually those are available, but if they are applicable only if the matter is legally complex and mostly with regard to constitution and public interest, not for ICT acts. Okay, that is my funding. Let me move quickly. So what can be the roles of entrants? That is one point. So we can put it like joining respective country chapter. That is our plan. Each and every country has ISOC chapter or internet governance chapter. We can join with them. And we can create an internet governance as regional chapter. I don't know the exact procedure, but I will check it. Probably Rajan can help me. He is involved with the chapter, Nepal Internet Governance chapter, right, Rajan? And we can arrange seminars and workshops among the Indian community on raising the awareness for safe and trustworthy internet. So any of the panelists, can you suggest anything else about the role of entrants? Okay, so I will request all the entrants to be a member of Global Encryption Coalition. If you do that, then you will be aware of what is happening around the world, around the globe. I have already made Bidiren as a member. It's simple, you will get to this link and www.globalencryption.org and you will just register yourself, and within 15 days you will get an email that you have been registered, and as soon as you will get registered, they will keep on keeping you in the mailing loop, so you will be kept aware of what is happening with regard to encryption in many different countries. So this was my Bidiren's confirmation mail. And before sitting with the roadmap, let me focus the internet shutdown issue. If we see the statistics, then in Bangladesh, it is from since 2018, it is available in this link, the Pulse Internet Society org link. There were 10 shutdowns since 2018. It mostly happened during July, August 2024, but the statistics is starting from September 2019. In Sri Lanka, there were 4 shutdowns from April 2019 to 2022. In Nepal, no shutdown is reported since 2018. I was asking Rajan, and Rajan told me that it never happened, or it really, did it happen? Okay. In Pakistan, there were 17 shutdowns, so one of the highest. And also there is shutdown still ongoing in Balochistan. Fawad, could you highlight on that?
This is something the
Can you
government is-
send the mic? Where's the mic?
This is something that government doesn't confirm yet that they have shut down the internet in the Balochistan. Most of the Balochistan is, if you see the geography of Balochistan, is already a very, very rural part of Pakistan, which do not have the internet access. Only probably one city is, we call Quetta, the capital of Balochistan, has the internet access. I don't know, and probably the internet is not shut down in the Quetta, but the area that is closer to Quetta, maybe the internet shut down there is something that is not reported or not confirmed in Pakistan, but it is something on the social media that the internet has been shut down. So I believe this is something this is.
Okay, then we can explore more. And Republic of Korea, no shutdown recorded. China, yes, the shutdown, there were 2 shutdowns from January 2019 to as of now. No, okay. Okay, professor doesn't agree, so. But it is from ISOC web portal, okay? And there are service blocking in China, considering their national security, Facebook, Google, Instagram. It is still ongoing. So many different applications, those are blocked. In terms of number, I have the statistics. India has the highest number of shutdown, 413. And Pakistan, there are many other countries, but among us, Pakistan has 17. So in here, Bangladesh is not there. But if it, in terms of number of hours, then India is the highest, and Bangladesh is placed in the 10th position, 10,016 hours of shutdown since 2018. So do you have any roles for the NRENs? What do you think? Because it is mostly done with the official order of the government. But sometimes, suppose when I was in Biridan in 2024, I was asked to shut down some service, but there was no government official order. So Arif rang me that should we do it? It was a verbal request from our upstream. So I told him that there should be an order. Without order, we cannot do it. So I will ask all the NRENs who are internet service providers that please check the authenticity of the order. So later on, there was no order came from the government. Probably government made it happen through IIG using some other way. Okay. So we were relieved that we didn't need to make a shutdown. I will not go into the details, it's lunchtime, but I want to end the session with some roadmap as we create in each of these sessions. So becoming associate associated with the respective chapter. It should be actually the responsibility of each of us. So let's try to do it, to get associated with respective chapter. And open regional chapter, that is my responsibility as SIG chair. And you can take measures, as I have mentioned. It is very easy. In APAN61, let's make a resolution that we will be part of Global Encryption org, a member of Global Encryption org, and arranging seminar workshop with presence of stakeholders. At least one seminar we can do, each of the NRENs can do. And sharing the topics and contents of the workshop with all NRENs. That I will do. What can be the topics and contents of those workshops. And I will keep on trying. As I have mentioned, one proposal has failed to get the required grants, but I will keep on trying with ISOC. And Roshan has told me that he will help me in getting that grants, because to arrange the workshops, we need some fund. So I will keep on trying. So that's my commitment as chair of the SIG. And we will make an assessment during APAN61 in Dhaka. So if the audience or panelist has anything to say, they can come forward. Otherwise, I will close this session, as I'm sorry that I have taken half an hour more because the session started a little bit late.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Avrit, for arranging this. Actually, it's on one hand, it's also a learning experience for us as well. So it's a good opportunity, and I think it's very important to talk about these issues in internet, especially in countries like us, developing countries. So thank you very much. I will also help if you need help with the ISOC grants, because we have experience in getting grants. So I also can help. So let me know if you need any support. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me.
Okay. So
Sorry?
definitely,
Yeah.
I have never been able to get ISOC grants. Probably I have made.
We have got one for the APAN we did for the work, like saying it's for the workshop. Like they are supporting, I think, a lot of technical related workshops. So let's have a separate chat about it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Vatsala.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to.
We are not done yet. Please stay.
I would like to inform the audience and the panelists as well that we are improving in Bangladesh. We have the ordinance in 2025 where we have actually removed 9 controversial section clause of DSA and CSA. And most importantly, government has recognized the internet access is the civil rights. So I think we will be improved day by day, and things will be good in coming days. Thank you.
So audience and panelists, can we wrap it up? Okay, so with this resolution in this slide, we are going to wrap up today's session. Thanks, Vatsala, for being present online and taking all the troubles in getting connected with us. So thank you very much. Thanks, audience. And
Thank you.